Yep, you got it perfectly right. Just Ko Nasuki, Ko,
Konosuke, okay. It's phonetic.
or anything else. Or you works as well.
So Cohen, how are you enjoying the game so far?
I've only been in the game for, I'd say, about 2 days already, but I'm quite enjoying it. And some of the guys who've already watched me stream a little bit of it have actually said, "Oh, where can I get it?" And we've been pointing them straight to the right place, which has been quite nice. Because actually, surprisingly enough, not as many people know about this game as they probably should. One person actually asked me, if I had to liken it to anything else, what would I summarise it as? Extremely short. And the best thing I could come up with at the time, although it's
We've
still
got
not quite
Bambino,
right, would
Male
be
Gigolo,
Second Life
shaking it for the
meets
crowd
World of
over here.
Warcraft. With the freedom of, Second Life being what it is, and World of Warcraft being the fantasy zone of what it is. But I find it's a very impressive game. It's got I was told it's got quite a lot of polish for an alpha, and I was like, yeah, okay, I've heard that before. But actually, it turned out to be quite true. It really is quite polished.
It is.
And
It
I can say
is.
I love it.
As it's nice to see that we have the polish, you know, and that makes it a lot more appealing before all the functionality comes in, of course, I believe.
Yeah, my statement is always that for pre-alpha, this is actually better than most betas I've ever played.
Now, Bambino, you stop shaking your moneymaker there. I had the camera on you.
From what I've been playing, because I play all sorts of stuff, alphas, betas, and whatnots, from indie titles to AAA, this is actually a lot better than some full releases that I've seen.
Yeah, we're just hoping that they do continue to develop the features and they do continue redrawing all the scenes and actually making them a little bit more better as well as more efficient.
And there's Jade.
Oh yeah, I can definitely agree with that. I like how its system's running already quite now. I was obviously, everyone can see room for improvement in areas, both technical and otherwise. But as of right now, I can't really see much to complain about, really. It's, like I say, far better than some games I've already played that have said, oh, we're full release, we've been out for ages.
How was your adjustment to the deck-based system?
Sorry, which system was that?
The deck-based for
The combat
skills?
system.
Kind of interesting and a little bit confusing at first, I have to admit, because I suppose it's because not all the tutorial stuff has been written up. It is a bit confusing to get started, but lucky enough, I've been kind of like the liaison between for the event on the Army side of things, and I've been able to at least assist people in what I've learned, and they've been able to assist me with things they've found out. So we're all kind of helping each other out.
And I see Materio there dancing on top of the radio. He's come and joined the crowd.
Hopefully you found everybody helpful so far, even our PvP guys, Bambino.
Bambino's getting bashed in the room here. Everybody's picking on his nickname. He's commonly referred to as Bambi amongst friendly circles.
I have a question for Bambino if he'd like to field it.
Sure.
In reference to the combat system, just as a personal preference, do you use the R key or do you pull and drag?
You know, I started off using the hotkeys, but I don't have a mouse where one of those Razer mouses where you have like 10 or 12 buttons on it. So whenever I'm using the hotkeys, I actually have to stop and stack, and then I can move again. Whereas I can still move and be on the go where I can drag and drop them. So I've gone back to dragging and dropping them again. Now, if I had a Razer mouse with 10 or 12 buttons, that could be a different story. But I haven't bought one yet because I'm barely getting around with my tuition right now.
What you could do is you could set, depends on what mouse you have, you could set a few of them to the side buttons on a regular mouse and have like the 1, 2, 3, 4 sort of style that's just above your combat keys, and the ones beyond that to the mouse.
You know, I don't have any buttons on my mouse, to be honest. I have a regular Logitech $5, $10 mouse. Same for my keyboard.
Ah, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I've
And
got
I'm
a
chatting
bit
with
of an older
Sophie here
game
in
one.
game. We may have Sophie come
And we
visit
need
us.
to do a shout out for Sophie. Hi, Sophie.
Yes, it's a big shout out to Sophie. Sophie's one of our friends we always happen to run into while we're out there.
And Troy Suffix is also watching my stream as well. He's asked me a couple of questions.
I haven't seen anybody in chat. Except Lazarus Long BGA. I don't know about that guy.
He's a slacker. You should shoot him.
No,
Bambino,
go
do
ahead.
Do you have to stop because you're using the W key to walk?
Yes, I'm using the WASP keys to walk, and so basically I hit the R button, and then I have to stop, and then I can stack at that point.
I see.
I was gonna say that one thing I do like to do, I stack with my mouse, and then I use a hotkey to initiate my attack. That's just kind of I do it on and off. It's kind of weird. Sometimes I'm doing it, sometimes I don't.
Now, would you describe a little bit more what you two are referring to? As to the combat system, because I don't use any of that. I just use pretty much a simple version. I've got as many of what I need to use, and I'm in combat. I ain't got time to be messing around with stacking this, that, the other thing. I'm getting off whatever I can to cause damage. I ain't sitting there waiting for it to hit me first.
So the big thing about stacking is the fact that you use a lot less focus, and it seems here in R16 to use a spell, it's a really big issue because of, well, let me go back. Healing has caused battles to last longer. So stacking reduces your focus usage. So you can actually stack maybe 4 to 5 spells and use 0 focus with, like, say for instance Earthquake or what's the death spell, the big one that takes a lot of focus.
Deathfield.
Yes, Deathfield. So
are you referring to the one that I did 280 points of damage to you with?
Yes, and also if you stack them, yes, exactly. And if you stack them, you get a lot better chance of having a crit. For instance, what he did, a 280. was that a stack by any chance?
Oh, that was a 5 stack.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, you gotta watch, Jack.
I actually just run around with an AoE deck, and I just stack it.
Yeah, that's awesome. For open PvP, that is the thing to do.
Yeah, because most of the people try to ignore me. I don't know if you've actually been in the Ardoris arena, which is actually team-based. You're either on Team Virtue or Team Chaos.
Definitely.
And if you can get 10 or 15 people on each team, just run around and AoE everybody, it's so much fun. It is a 10-minute battle, and so whoever has the most points at the end of it wins. And so it's actually kind of entertaining. We've done it a few times in the Britannian mining company.
I made it a few times. After Starfall, we went there a couple times to play. We get everybody together and we did the whole team thing. It was actually pretty fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, because it allows non-PvPers to actually get into it and actually function. I know generally we actually have healers as team captains, so that way every team actually has a healer.
I imagine Wenda's one of them. She is awesome at healing.
Thank you.
And Materio is doing a headstand for us on top of the radio.
I think Material was making fun of you, Laz. I'm not sure.
What is that?
I think Material was making fun of you.
Hey, Laz, did you ask Material to come in here so that way he can talk about his app that he's developed?
You know, I did not. I just said hello to him, and he did a headstand for us and said hello, as I told him he was live on NBNN.
And this way,
User joined your channel.
that information actually goes out to Bambino's stream as well as Owen's.
And we have Sophie joining us here in chat today. Greetings, Sophie. You're live on NBNN.
Hello, everybody. I'm
How
very
are you
glad to be
today?
here. I'm great, thank you.
Glad to have you, Sophie.
Yeah, it's
Thank
always
you.
a pleasure when we're around Sophie.
Thank you very much. I'm loving being here, and I am just so happy that R16 is about to be over.
Oh yeah.
So tell us, do you have any favorite moments from the past couple releases before we head into 17? And is there anything you're looking forward to coming up in release 17?
Well, I have to say, first and foremost, I am so looking forward to PAX Lair and all the excitement and all the events that are going to be taking place there. I'm just, wow, just can't wait. I'm very, very excited about that.
Yeah, we all are.
I know. And so the event of the last couple of releases, well, actually, I got engaged. So that was kind of a momentous event for my personal
Congratulations.
life.
Congratulations. Now, did you
Yeah.
get engaged in real life, or did you get engaged in game, or both?
Well, the offer was actually both, but I'm sticking with Shroud for now.
You're playing it
So-
safe, is what you're saying?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. So yeah.
Can,
so
can
that's
we
very
ask who
exciting.
the intended is?
That's what I was gonna say. Who's the lucky fella?
Well, actually, he hasn't chosen, well, he has chosen a name that he's going to be going by in the next release in Darkbane. But most people know him this release as White Witch.
Ah, we're very familiar with White Witch.
Really? Well, congratulations.
Yes.
Congrats, Sophie.
Thanks.
Now, yes,
Congratulations.
I just saw a little pop-up on my screen, and that is correct. When you have an event you're going to be actually the hostess of, I believe, that the BMC is putting on, a May Day event, is that correct?
Actually, the hostess is Raven Midnight. I was just helping coordinate.
The hostess
And
is
it'll
who?
be at Beltane. Raven Midnight.
Raven Midnight. So, okay, a shout out to Raven Midnight. Go ahead and tell us a little about this.
It'll be a Beltane celebration, bringing in the 1st of May event.
So awesome. Gotta love Beltane.
Yeah, just go with what you can. Yeah, just tell us a little bit of what you can tell us about it.
We're trying to get a maypole in game right now to do some of the celebrations.
Yeah.
There'll be fire jumping.
We've heard that about the maypole before. That's been brought up.
There may be a little skit going on to welcome in the spring. And Raven really is in charge of all of it, and I'm just going to be helping decorate.
Alrighty. Well, there's more information. I don't think I've seen that on the calendars yet, but I will take
It
a
got
look.
stuck up today.
Okay, so we'll just hit the calendars today. And again, we were going to hit on the calendars there earlier, Jack. You want to do a little chat on that real quick? Talk about
Okay,
soda
so-
events and Avatar Circle?
Yeah, so I was going to start off with the one on NBN Info, which actually does pull from the Avatar Circle calendar, as well as, which other calendar does that pull from? Avatar's radio calendar for all the DJ schedules.
Correct.
And
We do have the
then
whole
we
DJ
also
schedule.
have, yes. Then we also have sodaevents.com, which is another calendar. Sodaevents.com actually allows anybody to go in and schedule an event. You just need an engine account. So if you already have an engine account, you can go ahead and just create an event, and everyone will be able to see it. There are some moderators, so you do need to keep it appropriate. I forgot the Avatar Circle one. You actually have to send that event into one of their administrators, and the administrators put it on the calendar. And
That's
then,
not actually true. What happens there is that is a collection of calendars. NBNN is on the calendar to BMC.